Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Truly Your VA LLC. I am also broadcasting live through Wisdom, and this is the morning brief, again, being broadcasted live on Wisdom as well as live on the Truly Your VA LLC Facebook page. Excuse me. So today's question, and I'm going to tell you right off the bat, I am guilty of this. Are you a digital hoarder? You know, we've often heard of people who hoard things in their homes. But as I realized, as I am looking at my desktop, now I try to go through my desktop every day. Sometimes that does not happen. And it is just loaded with stuff. So I know that I definitely have to go through that today. But then it also occurred to me, excuse me, as I was going through my email, and, you know, we're in that era where we all have, you know, several or different email accounts. And I'm right up to date with all of those for sure. But I also realized how many things, you know, where you sign up for things and you kind of forget about it. And my philosophy with that is obviously if it has value, I'm going to keep it, and then I digitally file it in my email system. But I also realized there were, excuse me, numerous things that I've signed up for that I have not looked at in quite a few months. So I make it typically a daily habit now to, you know, if I receive an email and I haven't looked at it from that person, or, you know, if it's a newsletter, whatever it may be, for a month or so, I will go through and obviously I will unsubscribe, but then I go back to my email and I look up that person's name or the business's name, and all of it, of course, will come up. And after I've unsubscribed, I will delete all that. So I'm not keeping all of that stuff. It's almost as if, you know, the digital space, there's lots of it. But if I am not using, or if I am not getting value out of something that I'm saving, I am going to get rid of it. So you know, I'm guilty of that. I have been doing much better at it. So I want to know, and I see that I have some listeners on Wisdom. So are any of you that are listening to this live on Wisdom, are you saving a lot of digital items, whether it's to your desktop, whether it's within your email? Are you a digital hoarder? Because I think too, a lot of times we want to save something, right? And it's easy to save it in the digital space. But again, if it's taking away from you doing what you have to do, if it's taking away from your daily mindset of, oh my gosh, you know, I haven't looked at my email in a week and now I've got to go through and look at everything. And I'm guilty of that as well. Or, you know, I think we all have done it. So I would like to invite any one of my listeners coming up. Let's see, whoops, that there are several of you on now. Let me go back over here. Punching some buttons. And, you know, I think it's amazing too that a lot of digital hoarders, again, I'm guilty of this, right? We see something, it's like the shiny object syndrome. So have any of you heard about that before? And I'm sure that you have. And I'm interested to find out as well how you deal with all of your digital data. Where do you put it? Now, one of the other things that I notice, I'm usually very good about it, sometimes I do 6 to 10 podcasts a week. So yes, that is a lot. And I love podcasting. Everyone knows that. I'm always chatting about it. But of course, I have the video and the audio up on my desktop. Now, I probably have about 3 or 4 days worth that I need. What I do is copy it to my USB drive, and I'm on a Mac. So I have 3 USB drives, which is great because I manage 3 different and co-host one of them, 3 podcasts. So I've got to clean all of that up. And I will not lie to you. I'm very authentic. I'm very real. My desk also needs to be straightened up as well. So are you a digital hoarder? How do you getting through all of your digital products, whether it's email, whether it's your desktop, as I've just chatted about? Would love to hear from you, and I would love to welcome anybody that's on Wisdom right now to come up and chat with me about that. I think in a lot of ways too, it really interferes with our daily mindset. I know, for instance, with traveling back and forth to Philly, sometimes I've gotten behind with all of the different things that, I do on a daily basis, and it adds up. And sometimes it really wreaks havoc with your mindset. And on my podcast this morning with my sister, 2 sisters, we chatted about how our mindset, when we wake up in the morning, and for instance, if you wake up in the morning and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm in a bad mood, guess what? You're going to probably have a bad day. So it's taking that internal dialogue with ourselves. Number 1, being gentle and kind with yourself, recognizing it, and maybe coming up with different tips and tricks that help you to keep your mindset on track. So I would love, on the morning brief today, are you a digital hoarder? That is the question. What is going on in your world today? I also shared on my personal Facebook page this morning, and I call it the Morning Minute, and I actually just started that. And I was chatting about, actually the question was, are you holding back? And I was chatting about how, we're very passionate about what we do. I'm very passionate about what I do, of course. And sometimes the fear of whether it's getting on video by yourself, as I am right now, live on Facebook, and to me, that is kind of a scary thing. I don't know why. I know that I need to get over that. And that's why I'm starting to do this, because for me, it's very important to show people that no matter where you are in your journey, no matter if there is that little fear, you can do it, as I am doing it right now. So I see that we have more listeners on Wisdom, and I would love to invite any of you that are listening right now to come up and chat with me about what is going on in your world today. What is your morning brief? What is your morning minute? What's happening in your world? Are you holding yourself back? And of course, in this morning brief, the specific question is, are you a digital hoarder? Please come up. Love to have those chats with you. Gosh, I've met so many amazing people through Wisdom, through the Clubhouse app, and through doing my different podcasts. Oh, and here's a great update on the morning brief. My podcast, Stories That Inspire Us. Oh my gosh, I am overwhelmed, but in such a blessed and grateful way. The response to starting this podcast has been absolutely amazing. I'm very excited about it. Obviously, I started this podcast, as some of you may know. I was inspired by my son, and he's just amazing, everything that he's been through. And I'm starting a different segment with that podcast called Stories That Inspire Us, the author series. So if you are an author, a published author, whether it's if you've written a book, whether you've written articles for magazines, let me know. Send me, go over to my Instagram and send me a direct message. Don't forget to like and follow my Truly Your VA Instagram account. And I would be happy to share with you, if you're interested in becoming a guest on Stories That Inspire Us, the author series, would love to have you come on. I'd be happy to send you that link through Instagram. And I guess, and I just updated my app, and I guess you can also send me a message directly through the back channel of Wisdom. And let me know if you're interested in learning more about that podcast. Of course, my other podcast is Truly Your VA LLC with Janice. And oh my gosh, I have some amazing guests on. Today I have today is the Stories podcast. I'm sorry. And my guest is going to be Ann Visser. I'm very excited. She's just amazing. And that will be on the Stories That Inspire Us Facebook page. So really excited to have her on. It's going to be an amazing week with so many amazing guests on all the podcasts. So yes, 3 podcasts, right? I know it may be a little crazy. 2 sisters that I co-host with my sister, Truly Your VA with Janice, and Stories That Inspire Us, and What Inspires You. I see we have more listeners on, and I welcome the opportunity to, if someone wants to come up and share what they're passionate about, what's happening in your world today. Has anybody been, in the Northeast here, it's wicked hot. Having some general type of internet issues here and there. And I think maybe it's due to the heat. Has that happened to any of you? I'm just going to give it another minute or so to welcome someone up from the audience. And then I, of course, will sign off for the day. And also, what's going on with the weather? I know I mentioned in the Northeast here, we're going through quite a heat wave. Boy, is it hot out there. Just remember, of course, if you're outside or even inside, you have to hydrate well. So I want to thank all of you for being here today. Tomorrow, I will be on at about 8 a.m., always subject to change, but of course, I will be on here. And I just want to tell you, if you have a story to share, don't hesitate to share it, because somebody out there needs to hear your words of wisdom. And in this morning brief, I'm so glad that you are all here today. I hope you are all doing well. And remember, your story is important. Your story is meaningful. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a great day, and I will see you again real soon. Bye for now. Bye, everyone on Facebook. Thank you so much for being here. We'll see you tomorrow.